Turn-based tactics games are having a massive comeback, but this upcoming indie game is doing something different. This is Tide of Tactics, a medieval strategy game that strips away the fluff to focus entirely on positioning, map control, and pure counterplay. So let's dive into it a little bit. I completely fell in love with this game, so let me just talk to you about the core gameplay loop. It's built around a tight grid system. You pick a unique commander, each with passive bonuses and a massive active ability, and drop into a faction battle. There's a strict rock, paper, scissors mechanic. Sword beats spears, spears beats cavalry, and cavalry beats swords. You know how it goes usually with, especially with like arrows and everything like that. You know, keep your range units covered, because if they get caught, they melt instantly. And the same can go for all the different unique units, especially some of like the bannerman units who will give you an extra turn, or even like archer cavalry or merchants who give you more gold and things like that. So again, there's a lot of unique mechanics that all play a part and they all play together. And I do like that. I like how there's like counter systems. I like the different maps that are being made. I know when I was playing it, the first thing I thought of was like Advanced Wars mixed with like Kingdom Under Fire. For some reason, Kingdom Under Fire came to my head and I mean, it's one of my favorite games. And it just like the way the units look, and I love how when you go into like the animation zone and you see like the units hit each other and they fly away, it's really unique and it's really fun. I have a lot of fun with that. But what separates Tide of Tactics from standard tactical RPGs is how you interact with the map. You can lay hidden traps like caltrops if you have soldier units, or you can, you know, break up choke points, especially when they're trying to do like an enemy charge. And there's a massive thing that incorporates some change, and it makes you have to play differently and focus on different things, and that's the weather system. The weather system completely alters how your units function and how they act, especially with the way they move. So if snow is coming, you really won't be able to traverse like mountain ranges or through like the forest. You really have to stick to the main roads. And if it's raining, you pretty much lose like your fog of war, or like the fog of war is more prominent, and you're just gonna have to adapt on the fly, losing line of sight, losing movement speed, losing all these advantages that you might have. And it really plays into this ton of fun, and it gives you a lot of replayability, I feel like. And victory isn't just about wiping out the enemy army. You win by layout and siege. So sieging your enemy's castle is the #1 way to bring it down, and that's the #1 way to win. Once that castle hits 0, you pretty much win the game. But you have to march your infantry in to capture it. That's also something I kind of ran into, and I didn't even realize that I needed like the foot soldiers to dive in, because I was going straight heavy cavalry and things like that, because heavy cavalry are kind of strong. So let's go over what the demo has and what the demo includes. The demo includes a skirmish mode of, it has like 4 different maps that you can play around with, like a large map, medium-sized map, super small map, and then like a kind of just like a normal lane map that is like a 1v1 style. These are all 1v1s, but you know what I mean in that sense of like a conquest map is huge where you have to capture different points at the same time, and really it's like a war of attrition. Now, there's also local and online PvP. I don't believe the online PvP is up, but there's local PvP, which I think would be a ton of fun. I would absolutely love to play, you know, like pick people's brains and see how they do it, how they function, why they go, like the different strategies that they go, and things like that. And I think, you know, again, it adds a lot of replayability, a lot of fun. And also there's a built-in map editor, Steam Workshop support. So you can pretty much just design your own map, design your own, you know, multiplayer scenarios. And it, again, gives that replayability that a lot of games nowadays don't really have, in terms of like you just play it once and you kind of done with it. Now, you could bring in like your custom maps and play with your friends. So the demo is out right now, and if you love tactical war games, this is absolutely one to check out. The link is gonna be in the description below. I had a ton of fun with this. Gonna keep this video pretty short, but you know what? Like, subscribe, I'm Big Al, and go play this game. And let me know below if there's any other like tactical games you want me to check out. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!